Wait. Feels like this. Someone in my head.
Nearly done with this bitch of a year. I wish we could just start over. Find that Dr. Entrati bastard on day one. Then I wouldn't be alone on New Year's Eve. They found me. Keep going, Arthur. Find Dr. Entrati. Follow him into hell if you have to.
Coming up to midnight, folks. Is your PC ready for the new millennium? Or are you one of the switch-on makers who can tell this so-called Y2K event is just a bunch of bullpucky? Stay tuned. Here's where we find out.
You are late.
So, Albrecht made it to 1999 in one piece. But that thing is still on his heels. Albrecht rarely smiled after his return from the void. And never like that. I smashed the casket for nothing! It followed him anyway! Silence, creatures! It seems the murmur overloaded your connection. Unfortunately for Albrecht's cherished POM 2, not as future-proof as the label claimed. Alas. The murmur. They're attacking the sensory network I installed. Our eyes and ears. To arms, Tenno! Play the warrior, and leave the tactics to me. Construct, I'm awake. Your one responsibility is fulfilled. Be with the family. They must be kept in the state of ignorance to which my Albrecht so wisely consigned them.
But I... Yes, I see. Until we meet again, Tenno.
Crawl away in shame too if I'd done what Lloyd did. Doesn't that grimoire feel a little...
The murmur presumes to destroy our auditory and visual senses. In all the time I have been asleep, they have never once been so bold. Ignore the caveat, Tenno. If Albrecht ever understood Red Battle, he never bothered to share that knowledge with me. Here they come! After all those years of creeping, silent encroachment, something has changed them, stirred them up. There is a defense system of sorts. Gather enough of the floating Vospine glyphs, and they should reinvigorate the organs you're here to protect. A fallback system, in case the promised operator never showed. The necromechs never could be compelled to attack the murmur. Albrecht suspected they could no longer distinguish between the indifferents and himself. A theory he was reluctant to confirm. Focus. Get to the victory! Look at them. The indifference. He could have given lessons in indifference.
Come! Come!
Albrecht once thought the Cavia should have been destroyed. Failures all. But he briefly showed reluctance. And I saw no reason to punish them for his negligence. I saw off Granum's thugs. I beat back the infested. And by the void I shall see the end of these monstrosities. dust yourself down, Tenno. We are still alive. Rejoin me, and the Kalimo sequence may proceed.
You're right, Fish. Lloyd could never figure things out. We have nothing to worry about.
If the Kavir have been babbling our secrets to the Murmur, I shall immolate the lot of them. Promise or no promise? It seems Albrecht said more than we heard. Despite the signal becoming corrupted, his words to you are preserved in the transference buffer. We should extract them. But for that, the POM-2 requires a replacement board. And those are all hidden away in the Netracels. You do understand that accessing a Netracel without a key glyph is completely impossible? A key glyph? So, the Kavir have provided the very item we require. Very well. Proceed to the Netracel at your own risk, Tenno. That babbling oddity may be sending you into a trap, and if you do end up in one, I'm afraid you are on your own. Glyphs are a heavy burden for living beings to bear. Each type will impede you in its own way.
Look at these things lying around, abandoned, like you quaked.
You are his demon, not mine. I won't listen. My apologies, Tenno. I shall refrain from further outbursts. There. A Netracell. Albrecht stored all manner of sentimental old junk in these. Insert the key. The Netracell security apparatus is diligent. That door won't open while it can sense the murmur nearby. So eliminate them. Necromites! The lab's automated systems are trying to lock down the Netracell. Your only option is to destroy them. Sardonic aloofness. I was a fool not to see. The resemblance before.
You should have left well enough alone. It'll never get better if you keep on picking at it.
Excellent. Return to me with the bolt, Tenor. Thank you. A moment, please. Would you do the honors?
Arthur? Tenno. Forgive me. I need Lloyd to understand why I had to leave without him. Why I forced him to destroy the device after I had gone. And why I could never say the words he so needed to hear. If I had remained in the Deimos laboratory, Lloyd would never have been safe from him. You know of what I speak. And so I retreated to the only place in history where that entity could not easily follow, to draw his greedy eye away from Lloyd. Tenno, I require your trust. Craft the little curio whose blueprints you will find in the computer's memory. Complete the Kalemos sequence. Repair. Rebuild. When the time is right, find me.
The skin of a martyr doesn't suit you, Albrecht. If something mattered, he'd have found a way. It's too late. You heard him, Tenno. He requires your trust. So craft the bloody thing.
Tick-tock, kiddo. You don't want to be late again, do you?
The Jahu gargoyle. Bring it back here and we shall examine what form will do to help us. Albrecht may have told you to build that thing, but given how he used people and threw them away, he may not have cared for your safety. If that gargoyle is a threat, you must take it from the sanctum immediately. Now, activate it.
At last! If ignorance is bliss, then you, Tenno, must be ecstatic. Come on then, bring it closer. Wakey, wakey.
Where did that come from? Identify yourself!
Please, Lloyd, let them figure it out. Here, in the jar. What? The fish with the big brain? Yes, the fish with the big brain. Can we please finally get this interminable process over with?
Albrecht used you to give the Cavia a voice, just as he used me to keep them alive. Such a resourceful man.
So, here we are then, the best of what's left. Clearly, Papa's plan was countered. Color me surprised. Right then, we may proceed with the sequence.
You animals have observed us all this time, have you not? You've given yourself a role in the sequence?
Indeed we have. Come, Lloyd. It's named after Papa's favorite pet. Spare the rod and spoiled. We know the fragmented ones are heralds of the indifference. We know the chosen operator must summon and destroy them. And regrettably, you, Lloyd, have made this impossible.
Choose your words carefully, fish.
Tenno, the grimoire is incomplete. The final page hidden away by Lloyd. Be a darling and retrieve it. That's all. Run it on.
So be it. The gift of decency was clearly not bestowed upon the Cavia, Tenno. But I cannot deny the page's current status is lost.
Talk? Talk? I can talk. Hey, hey! Oh, Mr. Lloyd! Mr. Lloyd! Where is Papa? Why did Papa leave us? Mr. Lloyd!
Papa is gone. We could all be gone too. In an instant. Like... We have to keep quiet.
Okay.
Allow me to boil this down for you. Should the indifference's corrupting touch reach us and take back our speech, we would be screwed. Go, Maria, love, and eradicate the murmur in this patch before the big bad gets word that Lloyd's awake and the fish is talking.
Tenno, there is some truth to what the fish says. That page was the last thing my Albrecht ever wrote. Meant for me. Since I had no interest in reading his endless self-justifications, I hid it away instead. But with all this chaos, it's undetectable.
Is missing a digit, it is confined to the strands of Kra. Don't ask, your tiny mind would likely pop under the strain of understanding. This limitation is our one hope.
Do not patronize the Tenno fish. The strands of Kra are merely void renderings of the chains of cause and effect. Conceptually embodied timelines, if you will.
Papa's daughter excelled at explaining complicated concepts in childish terms. I see now where she learned it. all this is new, the rest of us are moments away from an extinction grim, black, and final. So, if you would be so kind, finish up so I can point you toward that sodding page!
How about you give me the page instead, kiddo? Consider it part of our deal.
It's done. Keep it to yourself, Tenno. I'm damned if I'm giving Albrecht the last word.
Filled hand raps upon the untimed door, and sans grimoire, we are undone! Weeping rumble!
Void. Listen, the Murmur diverted your extraction jump. We need you back at the Sanctum, now! Hurry! It's taking the labs by inch. Well, I won't let it take his bloody coffee out!
The sodding indifference seeks a path through the walls, and then, Tenno, through you! Keep it at bay! The strand holds. The indifference approaches. Soon, it will take on mass.
Get out! There is nothing for you here! Get out! No!
Tenno! The grimoire must speak with its own voice.
You gave me back my sight, but I would not spare you a glance. You gave me back my voice, but I never spoke to praise you as I should have. For you were my right hand, my strength, my support, my sanctuary. Even when the galleries hurled scorn upon me, your sole desire was to suffer it in my stead. service. You aspired to be worthy of me. I only wish that I could have been worthy of you, my lord.
Tenno! No. Operator.
The strand of Kra has been cut, while the indifference remains undeterred. I foresee a grim and continuing struggle to safeguard Papa's laboratory from its fell and ruinous grasp.
Indeed. I shall not waver. Protect the vessels. Repair. Rebuild. So runs the Kalimo sequence. And such is our task. In the version of the past we saw, my Albrecht said we were too late. The solution, naturally, is to arrive on time next time. You keep the murmur at bay, I shall fulfill my role. Punctuality. The Entrati family never could arrive on time without my help. And so, here I am, back to my old role, the diligent servant. Albrecht would have smiled at that, I think. He said, My last sight of your face must not be marred by tears. Now that you're here, Tenno, you've met the animals, the catastrophe Albrecht saddled me with. Well, any ideas? Their roles were intended to be filled by qualified personnel. People! Instead, we have this. It's bad comedy. They're imprinted with whatever information they need to function, and an understanding of our current state of affairs, including Albrecht's absence. They were sent into the void using a bell of the same design that Albrecht initially used. The void got in, somehow. Again. One of the animals was lost, and the rest came back like that. We placed them in stasis, pending a proper examination. For them, the disaster, intelligence, and selfhood all occurred only hours ago. They're psychological shrapnel, and they're all we've got. See what you can do with them. I simply do not have the time. Remain of stalwart. Yes, I'm sure we've all got... I'm quite content down here, I assure you. I'll just put this... I cannot lie, Tenno. I have always felt nervous in the presence of Warframes. The Orokin twisted people into weapons, and I've seen firsthand the bloody and well-deserved consequences of that act. Oh, I'll just pop up. Our service is but a shadow. Tenno, the Warframe Corvex was designed by my Albrecht's own hand to protect the chosen operator from the hazards of his laboratory. This design is yours, by right. I intend to keep the promise I made to him. When the time is right, and the equipment repaired, I will assist you to travel back to the past, to the pivotal year of 1999. Perhaps, between us, we may change history. Lloyd.
Chosen operator. A friendly suggestion. You could do so much more with those melee weapons of yours. I donate my wisdom on both tool and technique. Listen well. Tenukai. A fighting technique fusing void and bestial instinct. Raw power. While I have never used Tenukai, I understand it perfectly.
Oh, the Leverian. It was floundering. You understand? Going under. All that work I put into it, and so few visited, let alone donated. Oh, I don't mean you, of course. I know you're a friend to the Leverian.
You have new quests in your codex.
As ready as you will ever be.
Foundry items ready to claim, operator. I've been thinking, Operator. I thought you'd want to know.
Begin again.
Royal Highness, ladies and gentlemen, an entertainment. How many times will one dissenter die before accepting their fate? Once more, how many times will one fool die? How much will one proud human soul suffer? Before bending a knee to the greatness of their eternal king? Citizens of Duviri, it is a well-known fact to each and every one of us, yes, that the unbent knee must be broken.
Get that feeling you're stuck? Spinning inside your little wheel. Only to find you're right back where you started.
Begin again.
You've made the king furious. And not just him. Me!
What the fuck?
gotten into you? Where's that apathy I've got?
A way out.
Stop, and I'll make it quick! I'm tired of this foolishness! I have you in my
There goes our honored king!
It's okay, Keith.
I am the Bombastine of the courtly stage. Until that witch Lucinia took it from me. A fancy new hand, sire. Lucky you.
I don't belong here. Shit, I don't even know why I'm talking to you. You're just some Thrax plaything, right?
Too true. Not like you. No matter how much work I put in.
I'm just looking for a way out of here.
A way out? When all of us are obliged to stay?
Where?
Yonder.
Don't get in my way.
Ah, the audience loves you. Of course they would.
Easy, Kate. What the hell?
for the person who has everything. A little something extra. Be on your way. That oreworm is hunting, and it has your scent. Though you could buy some time if you fed it Lucinia first.
I've never seen you get this far. Sad, isn't it? Though, not like you can feel a thing.
I'm wondering why the hell this all feels so damn familiar.
Emotions. They guide where others fail. The king's spiral takes away time, experience.
You don't seem like the others.
I am Teshin. Oh, yes. And this is, well, it was you that named her. Remember? Terra. I remember her oceans crashing wild under churning skies. This place is a nightmare facade of that world. A prison from which you must escape.
I'm just so tired.
The figurine you pulled from the paradox. The lost toy of a temperamental child. You need only to find the rest of its pieces.
You can't be serious. You can keep the doll. I've got to get as far away from this.
You know you can... Until the next spiral, then.
Did someone make a new friend? Trying to make me jealous, are you? I'll find him soon enough.
Just for war.
I'll feather you like a dog.
I'm trying to laugh it off, but you're testing my limits.
How about you?
Didn't I warn you?
Personified. Quick, you must find a way to the mainland. If you are done gallivanting across the skies, might I suggest finding shelter on the mainland before Loden's wrath is turned upon you? You're thinking, is this real?
Some fevered dream. All right, Teshin. I'll try it your way.
You remember. Good. Now, we can begin. Warframes. Brought here by the Paradox. In the world beyond the wall, they were the weapons of a warrior caste called the Tenno. I suspect your hand may offer a way to control them as they did. Choose.
think I'm ready.
The King's reach is weaker here in the Undercroft. On the surface, I suspect this Warframe would be a liability, attracting his every worm. But here, you can roam free and revel in its power.
So what am I doing here, Teshin? The joyride?
You are seeking a paradox. You'll need more than her hand and my blades to survive above. Here they come. As I understand it, a Warframe is more than a machine, a hybrid creation. Your senses are linked now.
Think you can hide from me down here, Drifter? I play wherever I want.
But I have seen worse.
Sure. You want to tell me what's so special about these Tenno? This ain't so hard.
From the other side, they command the self-same powers of void that make the walls of our prison. I suspect the paradox is their attempt to help us.
There's something else down here.
Yes, a paradox. You must find it.
The Tales of Duviri.
It was war. after all. It defined us. We were made to hate without... Oh, feeling better? That Warframe took a greater toll on you than I expected.
Who are you talking to?
If you are recovered, we must begin at once to seek the other pieces of Thrax's figurine. I expect they will manifest the same as paradoxes on the surface. Gear up, look around, and tell me when you are ready. All his horses, all his men. The sooner you find the pieces, the sooner you get out of this place.
How'd you end up here anyway?
Through the eye of a storm. I'm not sure if I was dead or alive at the time. You?
It's been too long for me. Maybe I was on that ship. Or maybe the same way you did.
Thrax will reset the spiral the moment he senses a Warframe on the surface. We will save that for the Undercroft. This should at least give you a fighting chance against his false Dax. He's in a mood. See for yourself. You have angered Thrax, and because he is a creature of emotion, his world follows. From the Duviri tales, the Prince of Fire. Be wary. In the story, the king's men had blades of molten steel.
The imp's grown suspicious of me. His spies approach even now to surveil.
Me! One more bucket of piss splashed in my face for the world to see! Take care of this before we're both in the stocks!
As the never-to-be king's fortune rose, so too did his fire, his indignation, his anger.
Thrax's enforcer. My Replacement. For 2 pins, I'd come down there and smash his face in myself. But I can't. So you have to. Help yourself to his chest!
Now, anger is a powerful weapon, be sure of that. But it burns friend and foe alike.
The Undercroft is an ulcer in the guts of Duviri. Something's happening down there. I can feel it. Sort it out, for Void's sake.
My arrow. In a music forward.
Death has no dominion for the loyal!
To the grass.
Was the rightful heir, but the boy was chosen. Why is this always happening to me? What is wrong with me? Am I not good enough for all of you?
return to me when you are ready.
I guess we're born with anger. An instinct like any other. Like squinting at the sun or flinching from a burn. But some of us, maybe we learn it.
Easy. I have you. You saw that ship in the sky? The Zariman? Our child king must be one of those who was abandoned there. A Tenno.
You said the Tenno are trying to help me. This paradox stuff. Now you're saying Thrax is one of them? He doesn't seem too helpful.
The history I know. That Zariman ship returned from the void, bringing with it the extraordinary power the Tenno command. But here is a different path, I suppose. A difference in parallel. A paradox in itself. The world above changes every day following what Thrax feels. Ready yourself for the next day and consider what you have learned. Seems that Thrax woke on the right side of his crib today.
Sickening.
Remember, the joy he feels is not lacking in danger. Find the fable hidden and play it out. That way, you may discover the next paradox, the next piece we need.
So you can stand on your own 2 feet. Something's hidden nearby. You are going to find it. By yourself.
coin.
Like a child hiding its face in play, Mathila hid from the truth. Nothing but joy mattered.
For you to face the shadows. Oh, but don't be afraid. Everything is joy. You just have to be strong enough to see it.
Why could other people not simply be as happy as Mathila was? Why did they have to be so difficult?
For you to descend into the Undercroft and to make things right. It may not be what you want, but it is what you need.
Your presence is enough to hold the paradox at bay, but the environment itself will fight to choke you out.
Quick and clean!
The void gives as well as takes. Those you slay may drop concentrated life support. support drop point. Life support will be scarce. Do not waste it. Life support replenished.
So help me, I tried. I have all this joy in my soul, and yet when I tried to share it, nobody wants to know. Well, try ignoring me now.